Hey guys, it's Brandon, aka B.Rich Beauty, aka your beauty best friend. Happy Friday, y'all! Caitlyn Jenner makes an announcement, and there are a few things happening with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We're talking about that and a lot more. You know what to do. Grab your tea, grab your beverage, let go. Hey, beauty besties! Happy Friday! How you doing out there? Lord, we all deserve snaps and a round of applause that we made it to the end of the week. And if you're black and made it to the end of the week, you get 2 snaps. Let's make it 3 in a circle because it's been an exhausting week for people of color. But we have made it to the weekend. What do you guys have planned for the weekend? Anything good? Child, if anything, if you don't do anything at all, at least rest your soul, at least. Or like I said on Wednesday, tap out. I don't have anything crazy planned just yet. I plan on tapping out this weekend. We shall see, but I will keep you posted. Ooh, let's talk. Speaking of tapping out, are you guys interested? You know, it's interesting because we're all working from home still. And I find that as long as we continue to work from home and be cooped up, there are lots of sunny destinations that are trying to entice people to trade in their desk and come on down to their country and or island and have a scenic view. Well, guess what? If you want a scenic view, you too might be able to get a 14-day, 2-week work from home staycation, or I should say a workcation, for free. Puerto Rico's Board of Tourism has announced with this initiative called Work in Full Color that they are offering 6 Americans an opportunity to come, stay on the island for 14 days, like I said, again, for free. And you will get an opportunity to not only have sturdy and stable Wi-Fi, honey, because you know it is a workcation, but you'll have the ability to stay in either like an old San Juan apartment, to stay in a floating villa, or even a beach resort. And I guess they're going to just shop you around so you can just stay in all these little places, just sprinkle you around, obviously, because you're working from Puerto Rico. But I love that idea. Like, I legit think I'm going to post, and this is not even an ad, but I'm just going to test my good old luck and karma, and I think I'm going to enter this as well. And I'm going to put the link for this in the bio of the description of this video. So in case you want to enter, maybe I'll see you in Puerto Rico. But I think we all, especially us that are trapped here in the States, we're like, how can we get away? And you know, I live in Miami where everybody vacation, child. Miami is officially the ghetto. Give me some better ocean, some better beach views, and a good old sangria. So, Puerto Rico's calling us, beauty besties. Are we going to answer the call? I am. Speaking of traveling, and I got to take a sip for this one. NASA has announced that the Moxie Rover has landed not only successfully on Mars, the actual planet, but the rover has successfully taken the air in Mars, which is about 98% carbon dioxide, and has successfully converted it into oxygen, which is a big deal and a small win, because what they're saying is the Moxie Rover was able to take the carbon dioxide, separate out the carbon dioxide, convert it to oxygen, and then dispose of the carbon dioxide waste as trash back into the atmosphere. Now, the Moxie Rover produced about 10 minutes worth of oxygen to sustain a human life form. That's not bad. So here's where I have questions, because you know I always come with questions. Are y'all trying to do a great escape, NASA, and not tell us? Are we building a whole new society in Mars and not tell us? Is there a great departure that's about to happen and we don't know? And if it is, that's fine. But how do I sign up? How do we sign up for this list? Because if Earth is now officially about to be the ghetto and we're about to move on up to outer space and to Mars to start this thing called life all over again, I want to be part of the number. What is that gospel song? When the saints come marching in, I want to be included in the number. I want to be included in the number. We want to be included in the number. Mars, not Mars, NASA, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. And if you want to start something, take us with you. But how exciting that we're actually making space progress. Converting oxygen on Mars. Now here's my other question real quick before we move on. What runs wild round there in Mars? Before we all just pick up and move, I need to know what is living there currently in the Mars atmosphere, and do we have enough information to protect ourselves from it? Because I'm not also trying to be anybody's meal. Thank you. Did you guys hear about the Florida couple? I know, I said Florida. Just go with me on it. We know it starts out with Florida. It's about to be interesting. Well, this Florida couple has planned their best lives, honey. It was scheduled to get married at a beautiful $5 million mansion, about 16,000 square feet, filled with their family and friends on a Saturday, and they were gonna host a Sunday brunch for their family and friends at the mansion. Well, child, if Keeping Up with the Joneses was a real person, it would be this couple, because it didn't go down the way it was supposed to go down. In fact, they got arrested. They showed up to the gate and got arrested. Want to know why they got arrested? Here we go. So this house, this $5 million home, is on the market here to be sold. Now, this couple posed as potential buyers a few weeks prior to take a tour of the home. In addition to them taking a tour of the home, when they took the tour of the home, I guess the owner of the house was there, and they said, "Your house so lovely, can we have our wedding here?" The owner said, "No, you can't." And they said, "Oh, okay." Fast forward, they got printed up some lavish wedding invitations and proceeded to send out wedding invites, inviting their wedding party to the $5 million mansion so that way their loved ones can see them get married. Now here's where it goes a little sour. They showed up the day before to set up for the wedding and couldn't get in. In fact, the owner of the house was still there. Not only was the owner of the house still there, the owner of the house called the cops because the owner said, "I have trespassers on my property and they keep calling me to let them into the house." First of all, Courtney and Shanita Jones, I want to know, what made you think you was about to squat on a whole $5 million mansion and not have a small little party? Not a little get-together, child, not a versus battle, but you wanted to have a grand, luxurious outdoor wedding at this mansion and not think nobody was going to notice? On top of that, how y'all was getting past that ADT? Y'all jumping over the gates? Who is letting people into this house? How are you deactivating all the security measures? Like I said, the ADT, and I'm sure there's other security measures in place. How did you think it was okay? And how did you think you was gonna literally pull off a whole wedding at what you thought was a vacant home? And what got them is the house was vacant, but the man lived on the property in another home. Because, you know, if it's a $5 million home, there has to be a guest house somewhere. Y'all legit thought y'all was gonna show up. Y'all was gonna exchange vows under God's eye. And I had the nerve to say the reason why they chose the house was because it was God's message and vision. Oh, don't bring God into this. Because what y'all was trying to do is something shady and scandalous, child, and illegal. It's called squatting and trespassing. Well, child, not only did the wedding not happen, but they got arrested on top of that. I can't make it up. And I know every time I say something comes out of Florida, it's like, ooh, what now? Well, child, Keeping Up with the Joneses came to life, and it was Courtney and Shanita Jones. Literally, the Joneses. And they got arrested because they tried to squat and have a wedding. Let's move on. There's a Jenner moment happening, and it's not taking place on television for sure. Caitlyn Jenner has announced today that she has filed the paperwork to run for California state governor. Did we not learn our lessons with reality TV stars taking power in office and running for government offices? Did we not learn the lesson? So Caitlyn is saying she wants to run because she can do a better job than the current governor of California himself, Mr. Gavin. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but if bored and privilege was a person in this moment, it's Caitlyn Jenner. She's about to take her boredom of not being on television anymore, plus her privilege with all that money, and try to take it down to the governor house. First of all, sis, when you had your reality show of your transition, and this was right before Trump got elected, we knew that you were a Trump supporter, you were a hardcore Republican. There's nothing wrong with being a Republican, just as a disclaimer. It's the Trumpism for me. Now, on top of that, you're so out of touch on just basic transgender rights. How are you about to serve a whole state that's considered to be almost like, I consider California to be its own country because it's so inclusive? Now, I just don't see it for you, Caitlyn. I hope that we have learned our lesson from the White House, and now it won't transition into the Governor House with another reality show star wanting another moment in the spotlight. And now you're using politics as your new platform. No, thank you. Keep it moving, Miss Caitlyn Jenner, and moving on. Speaking of reality TV, Real Housewives of Atlanta newbie and friends of the show, Fallon. Oh, and I love Fallon. So tiny, petite, cute, rich Nigerian husband. You know that Fallon has announced that she and her husband of 2 years are filing for divorce. Excuse me, sis? Don't tell me the reality curse has affected your marriage already. Girl, you was only on 3 to 4 episodes, sugar. How did this happen? Now, she made an announcement saying that they've been married for 2 years, obviously been friends for 5 years, so it means they've been together for 7 years. But dang, girl, you just secured the bag, and now y'all getting divorced? So I don't know. Fallon, you got a new boo somewhere? Or Fallon's husband, you got a new boo somewhere? But what's happening? What I know for sure, though, is Fallon gave 2 years of her life, and let's see if she walks out with 50% of this man's bag, okay? And I got to love the internet for the fact that the internet is already going ham, talking about if this man is single and if does he have friends. Why y'all play so much? But is he single? So Fallon has announced that she is not going to be on the reunion for Real Housewives of Atlanta, and who's to say she may not even show up next season now that she's divorced. And she's not a Real Housewives anymore. Not that that matters because, listen, is Kenya a Real Housewife? Because, I mean, technically she's married, but I digress. And if you love Real Housewives of Atlanta, Phaedra Parks might be making a comeback. Now, you know I reported that she was doing a guest star on Watch What Happens Live of Andy's amazing event. And I told you, I feel like they're testing to see if Phaedra is still popular. Well, word on the street is that this season of Housewives of Atlanta has been the lowest in terms of rating and engagement. No joke. It was boring, 1. And the COVID storylines were even more boring. And 2, and 3, I guess, listen, I can't count. And 3, some of them were just plain boring and just disruptive, aka LaToya. So apparently, word on the street, allegedly, is that the Bravo producers and casting want to shake up the cast once again to try to salvage these ratings, honey. They're trying to get their ratings back in the 2 million per episode. Good luck. But in part of this whole cast shakeup, the producers are really toying around with bringing Phaedra Parks back. Now, everybody knows we love a good Southern Belle, and what Drew doesn't give, Phaedra would. In fact, those two would be great together on a season, Drew and Phaedra. Who's the most holiest? Now, here's my question, though, for you all. Do you guys want to see Phaedra come back? Because you know what Phaedra did towards Kandi, especially with Phaedra being a lawyer, making up those rumors of possible rape allegations. That was a lot. And that is essentially what got her tooted and booted off the show. If she comes back, does that mean Kandi's going to leave? Because from my understanding, Kandi does not want to film with her at all. Not only does Kandi not want to film with her, I can physically see Kandi saying, you know what, peace, I'm done. I have all my other businesses. This show has served its purpose for me. I can move on. If y'all want her back, I'll leave. And I don't know if I'll miss Kandi a lot, but I think I would miss Kandi because Kandi gives us a little bit of business class, a little bit of a sophisticated ratchet, and just, I like Kandi's insight on certain things. However, let me know what you guys think. And on that note, I got to go. Guys, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel if you like this video if you like, and leave me a comment. Most importantly, check the notification sugar and make sure they're turned on. Who loves you? I do. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.